Hello and welcome to Professor Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Yadil Kabera here with Professor Herman Manyora. It's a new week, Professor. How do you see the week unfolding?
Looks nice. Yeah, looks
Ready?
nice.
We're ready to release more videos.
Yes.
More analysis.
And to ask our people to subscribe and help us to grow, and we grow together.
Yeah, if you haven't clicked the bell, click the bell. Join now so we can be able to produce more content every single day. Now, Professor, today's conversation, we're speaking about something that happened last week. It seems like the DP's gloves are off, and he came out strong to say, we at the UDA are now here and we are ready to start our thing. He also criticized the president on an interview on one of the local stations. Do you think his gloves are now off and we are ready to see a different DP, the one that will get the presidency come 2022?
Looks like he's decided to go head on with the president. In the past few weeks or so, he's been more bold, becoming bolder by the day, including ridiculing the president.
And also isolating himself now. In the interview, I think he was at Inoro, he said that during my time, when I was still with the president,
like
in
he's
the
one
first
who was now
term,
running government, like the one who did the good things. Sure, this is an Uhuru administration. Uhuru doesn't share this administration with anybody. I've said this repeatedly. To use the cliche, time without number. And that now the president is directionless. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
The president doesn't know what he's doing. He's abandoned development, and he's been he's been taken into the handshake and BBI and constitutional changes, and that government is rudderless. It's not moving anywhere. I think that is very harsh verdict on the president. You still serve.
Would you say that the DP is at least right to say during his time, the first term, this development should be attributed to his involvement in the government, and the slowdown that we are seeing and the increases of tax should be blamed on the president?
You know, even the extent to which the president is directly involved and responsible and takes credit is questionable. Government is an infrastructure. Government is a system. Look here. You cannot say because I was the president, you can give some policy, bring some changes. Even if people say Kibaki, even the free education, I have looked at the document. It was there when Kalonzo was the minister before Kibaki took power.
Oh.
Yes. So this is government. Things move. A new president brings very little unless you are revolutionary in nature. What we were expecting Raila to do in 2007. Somebody could complete departure. So if the president himself cannot claim 100% ownership of what's going on, how much less a deputy president?
Oh.
And, you know, I find this, and people are buying it, even intelligent people are able, surely. The DP, this was a Uhuru administration in the first term. Yeah.
So when you look at the projects like the SGR, can you attribute it to the president, or you'll say it was the Kibaki
the
time?
SGR was planned during the Nusumukata government between Raila and Kibaki. In fact, the thing that these people came to do, and I talked about this thing strongly, is when they came, they found the SGR project going on at about 270 billion. Forgive me, the figures are not quite. They made it 370, they added 100 billion. They found the program, the plan was there, the program was there, it was taking off. The only thing they did, Uhuru and Ruto, was to inflate the cost of SGR.
No.
So is that something Ruto wants to take credit for? It is during the first term that this country borrowed like lunatics. We borrowed like we were lunatics. You know,
but
Kibaki had about less than $2 trillion, 2 trillion shillings in terms of debt. This guy is pushing to about 6 trillion. It is during the first time that we had the most blazing corruption, theft of public resources, more than ever before.
NYS was still in the first term.
So that was the first time. So I don't think there's anything really to be proud of. And neither is there something you want to run away from. But you see, Ruto is a smart politician. He knows what he's saying is not true. But he's playing politics because he's a politician. He wants power. He could get it.
When we speak about politics, he now has his new chama, his new party, UDA.
You know, I don't blame Ruto for going to UDA because Jubilee had been cannibalized to the point it was no longer part. And this was intentional. Now, coming up with UDA is a smart move, except the way he's going about it. I think it is, like I said, I think yesterday, it will injure them. It could injure them. Yes.
The members.
Because you see, the law has been violated. The law has been broken, disobeyed. People have made the law to mean nothing. But who tells you that may be always the case? Tomorrow the registrar of political parties can wake up, like I said yesterday. She can wake up and change things. And they find all of them their home.
You see, also when they did their meeting last week at Karen, there was questions on Moses Kuria deserting the DP. And most people were saying it's a matter of time that the other people will be able to see the truth and say, we cannot follow the DP anymore. Would you say that move has brought out questions on the DP's handling the party?
Yeah, it is difficult. It is difficult to look at this thing. You know, I fear for the DP because the mountain is not a very stable place. And I've said this repeatedly. This Kuria and the rest will realize in the fullness of time that they will not survive around the mountain in 2022 if they bring what I call sometimes back a Kalenjin party. You get it? Yeah. So they could get to a point they disassociate themselves with Ruto. This is politics. If you see merikebu yako inazama, unatoroka.
Now, when it comes to all these talks that we've been seeing from the DP, they call it the boldness that he has come out with. Would you say most people should trust now that the DP is trying now to delink himself from the government, and this will be able to benefit himself as now coming out as the opposition leader in the country?
I think what Ruto is doing is preparing for his exit. He's preparing to leave. And he will leave when he will do maximum damage to Uhuru. You get, because this is politics. It's about perception. He's assembling his troops and readying them for departure. They will leave. He's just preparing. But this being bold, and whatever moves he takes, including that one, he must be very careful. Because Uhuru is just watching. You know, Uhuru is not acting. Uhuru has done almost nothing so far. When Uhuru makes a move, who tells you things will be the same? Yeah, it could be serious for him.
I think you've brought me to something you said last week, that we cannot underestimate the power of the state. And when it comes to Raila Odinga, he now seems to be having the state. Would you say that this will effectively bring Ruto down when it comes to playing politics with someone that holds the cards?
The deep state is powerful. And you know, and it's in every country. The form of the deep state may vary. It may vary, but it is present everywhere, including the Vatican. It could vary. It could do what?
It could vary.
Vary. But it is there. In America, there is the deep state of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Hillary Clinton took the ticket from Bernie Sanders, I think, because of the deep state. Same, Biden was given this thing, the deep state played games until Biden got it.
Bernie Sanders out again.
Bernie Sanders out again. Let me tell you, not because I support some aspects of what Trump does, but it is deep state that ensured Trump did not retain power. So the power of the state is always there, both directly and within shadowy figures referred to as deep state. So for Raila, it has always been, they make it difficult for him to achieve his best. You get it? Yeah. Because Raila is a man who is a Democrat. And when they stand in the way of democratic processes like those elections, there's nothing else you can do.
People usually write in the comment section and they say, let's not underestimate the DP. He knows everything that you're saying. Would you say it's true?
He knows. Yeah. And for that reason, he's bold about it. But deep state can always change strategies. Yes, he knows that. They can change.
Finally, what would you say would be the repercussions of now this new DP? What are we going to see in our politics?
What I fear for the DP, because I like the guy, what I fear for the DP, he's going to make blunders. Blunders. Even in football, this new team, I call them upstart teams. You can see them playing very well. If it is in the World Cup, those elimination stages, the group stages, you see how well they play. And I've said this many times. But these seasoned politicians, footballers, they just watch you. Those coaches who know what they are doing, they just watch you. You make one mistake. So what Ruto is doing, he's now in the field and is running. I'm telling you, to trip over is very easy.
Okay.
The guys are waiting for him to make mistakes. And you see, when you get excited, I've said through, you win Kiamba and something, and you get overexcited. Then you say things.
Actually,
that's what the other side is.
That's what I thought of. There's a time you said, after this Kiamba, we will probably see a different.
You see now, they are very emboldened. They are doing, and the other guys are watching them. They haven't. The deep state hasn't done anything. They are just watching them. Let me tell you what Uhuru is waiting for, and the deep state.
Yeah.
And I've said it because I'm a good man. I like Ruto. And people say I don't like him. I actually like Ruto. He's a good guy. I like go-getters in life. When I release my book about my history, those who just see me, they'll be shocked. Manyora, even speaking this English, I never went to school. But one that will come another time.
And now you're a professor.
I may not quite be. Listen, what the other guys are waiting is for Ruto to antagonize the Kikuyu. Yes.
Antagonize them, and then
through your actions and the words, you'll make the blunder of saying or doing certain things that will make the mountain begin to I'm a funny, okay. So he thinks he can do this to Uhuru, he can do this to us, he can do this to our son. Peep, you are gone.
And that's it.
You are gone. That's what they are waiting for. And he will. Because he started early, because he's becoming bolder and bolder. And some of the things he will do, like some of the small victories, will embolden him. He will get overexcited. And because he has people around him, some I don't want to mention names, who really are juvenile. But when they speak, people see this is him speaking.
But you know, I've finally, the last question. There's a time Junet Mohammed said, when you see them following Baba, it's like they're cows following the president. He said that. But don't you think this actually should work for the DP when he has members that people can see that they have their own thoughts?
They have own?
They have their own thoughts. They're not just following him blindly.
You see, politics is not a place where people move necessarily with their own thoughts. Politics is a place you move with survival. Yeah, your interests. Up to the highest level of presidents, it's a question of interest, not thoughts, not ideas. No, it's your own interest, your survival.
Fast.
That's why I've said, when 2022 comes and the elections are around the corner, these people who hang around with Ruto, those from Mount Kenya, they will be struggling to breathe. You get it?
Yeah.
They will have no time for Ruto. And that's the way Ruto has a problem. Because these others have the infrastructure of state and the power of politics like Raila. They will move across the country. What Moi did to Kibaki, you don't know. What Moi did to Kibaki in 1992 when the multi-party was introduced, did to Kibaki and the rest of these people. He was running. He's in Nyahururu, he's in Kisii, and these guys are trying to catch up. And mpaka wanapoteza breath. That's what Moi did to them. And that is what Uhuru and Raila will do to Ruto. They will be all over the place, and he's alone because his lieutenants are small people. Small people who are struggling for small things like parliamentary seats. They don't have time to be with you in Baringo. They don't have time to be with you in Kisii. They are in Kikuyu constituents struggling to... Rigathi is struggling for his Madeira constituency. Because an Uhuru guy against Rigathi Gachagua may not beat Rigathi Gachagua, but will give him a run for his money. He cannot have the luxury of leaving Madeira to go and follow Ruto in Kisii. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tough times ahead.
Tough times ahead for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. We're talking about politics, matters to do with the DP and his boldness. Professor said he has taken his gloves out, and let's see if this will work for him. Until we have this conversation again, have yourselves a lovely rest of your day.